back up again? Right. I don't know why that stopped working. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but the stream is having a bit of a problem. Maybe it's my internet or something. I'm not sure. But all right, that should have started up again. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was just weird. But yeah, it should be working now. Okay, so hopefully it doesn't go to red now because it's at green. It's completely working fine. Just praying to God it doesn't disconnect again because before it disconnected and it didn't even let me know. But yeah. So right now I'm working on the illustration for my other manga I'm working on. I'm trying to experiment with different ways of like drawing different body parts and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But yeah. But I already drew the background. It's just trying to finish drawing the characters, and after I finish the characters and doing all the proper, shadows and stuff like that, I'm gonna do the, I'm gonna do the background. I'm gonna like enhance it a little bit more because even though I do like the way the background looks, I just want to give it a little bit more because this is like my first time drawing like this type of background. It's not like the same. It's not the same. It's not the same where it's like a cloud, a blank sky with a cloud or anything like that. It's not like that type of oh god, it's dropping again. Why is it dropping? I'm genuinely confused right now. Why is this dropping? I'm gonna have to get a new Wi-Fi router. I really am gonna. I'm gonna have to get a new Wi-Fi router because this isn't like before. It wasn't doing this last week at all, but now it's acting up. It's doing it again. I'm hoping it could stay like this for because I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, it was working just perfectly fine like 2 weeks ago, and now it's acting up. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a new Wi-Fi router. I don't know what's going on with this. Like, just terrible. Oh, anyways, going back to the drawing. Um, so yeah, I've been watching a lot of this YouTuber called DD Mark. I've been watching a lot of him lately, and that's another another Nigerian YouTuber I'm watching. The first one I watched was White Manga, and who also was an artist and is working with Saturday AM. It's like a magazine, like if you think like shonen, it's like that basically. And if you think of like manga and all that stuff, that's what you get. It's gonna be Saturday AM. But yeah, they are like I guess a comic book slash manga publishing company, and that's pretty cool. You know, because honestly, the only way you could have published manga uh, back then was either you do it yourself or you try to get into Shonen Jump, which is like a big demand. Like, if you want to get into Shonen Jump, you better hope that you have a freaking year's worth of energy like this ready to use, because you're gonna be overworked. Just to just release like 15 pages is like straight up months of work. Not to even say like people who make 45 pages per month. It's like and like but the weekly thing is just insane in and of itself. But if you're ready to like do something like that, which I am, but I don't know if I would ever get a gig at Shonen Jump. Uh, I don't know, but yeah, it's insane. It's an insane like ask for anybody to even think of doing because like honestly, I commend the people who work at Shonen like Horikoshi and Toyotaro and all the people who do weekly because weekly is just insane. It's insane to me. Even monthly, the like monthly Shonen Jump people, even they have it tough. But uh, but yeah, and it's acting up again. What's going on? Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead with the stream. I don't want to drag this on for as long as it really needs to go. Um, I'm only planning to stream for 2 hours anyways. So I'm gonna stop the stream at like I guess 11. But I definitely should be done with this by 11. And then I'm gonna do the YouTube video and like I've always tried to get like the VOD of the stuff that I have, but for some reason it never saved my videos. And I went to the settings to change that, but again it just never saved my videos. So basically I'm gonna have to use the time lapse video I'm gonna get from Clip Studio, and then I'm gonna have to do that and edit that to basically use that on here. But yeah, hopefully it's not hacking up again. Because, like it's getting annoying, really annoying, and it's acting up again. Wow. As soon as I say that, and I know my Wi-Fi is not trash. Yeah, this is not. It's not ideal, but fuck it. Gotta do what you gotta do. Instead of just focusing on that, I should just keep drawing this instead. I believe I mentioned an artist in my other stream. He goes by the name of Gogao King, and I think he's actually working on a new manhwa right now because he usually does web comics, and I read one of his like I read both of his web comics that he has out there, which are still to be continued, which is kind of weird because I thought like he'd finish, at least try to finish, because there's one that he finished, and there's two other ones that I don't think he's finished yet. So and he's like he's releasing the character sheets for these characters, and I'm like, that's cool, but when are you gonna finish it? Because I'm very interested in what's going on and all that like especially this one fight with this character named Ophelia, and I forgot the name of the other one, but like she uses the katana and she fights basically basic kenjutsu, and then Ophelia fights with like mana swords and stuff like that. That's really cool. Like she controls the swords with mana, and she's a blind character too, which is amazing because, dude, a blind character wielding a mana sword, and you know, and he has like multiple fan art of that character, Ophelia, basically being like a war general or something like that, and I find that design really cool, and I find the concept of basically her being a war general, and it's like, wow. But in the series itself, he's not a war general at all, which is, you know, cool. but I'm not sure if she is a world general in that series or not. But it's kind of implied that she isn't, or maybe she's not yet. So that's cool, cool little something. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he brings out next. He has been doing a lot of illustrations, which caught my eye. He's very active on Twitter. He's been active for like the past few days, and he's dropped some character sheets, like I mentioned earlier, and they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. I just hope that he, do the same for. I wish that he do the same for the actual like, the web comics that he's working on. Because I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it so far, and kind of sad that I'm not getting to see a lot more. But that's pretty much all I got to complain about that. Um, I still haven't read Apple Black yet. Well, I have read it, but I haven't read the whole thing. Like, I bought the manga, I got the manga, just never got around to completely reading the manga. So too busy with work and everything else. I hope third PHP drops. I hope he like decides when he's going to actually work on his personal manga, which is Touch and Article. Touch is the one I'm most interested in. Even though Article really looks cool, I think that Touch might be the more story-driven one. Article kind of looks like a battle royale type genre, in my opinion. It looks like that. It looks very, you know, very like battle royale inspired. But at the same time, I don't know what the genre is, so I can't really make, you know, I can't really make assumptions based off of like what I saw. It would be cool though. It kind of feels like a little bit of League of Legends. It gives me a lot of League of Legends vibes. But yes, I am very ready. And honestly, it would be nice for some people in the art community to notice me. I'm basically like that little kid who wants their older sibling to like acknowledge them. It's kind of like that. Even though I'm kind of older than some of them. It's a weird situation. It's not even by that much either. Like, if I'm older than them, it's not by that much. It's like just maybe a year or so, or like a couple of months. But yeah. But yeah. Wish I get more views so I could actually start talking to people instead of just talking to myself. But it's not bad to hear out my thoughts to myself sometimes. Kind of fun, I guess. Kind of fun. Zero viewers, baby. All right. The best I can hope for is that the stream is not lagging in and out. But that would be a really big problem. I am thinking of upgrading the the thing I'm using because like it's very slow and it kind of throws me off a little bit because like I like drawing like really fast. So the whole slowness of this kind of throws me off a little bit, which it's not the end of the world or anything, but it does kind of hurt the production a little bit. Not even a little bit. It hurts it a lot because honestly, I could be releasing some of these drawings a lot quicker if I didn't get like tired just because I couldn't get something done on time, and it's frustrating, very frustrating. But you know, I can't really do anything about that right now. So, all right. So I'm just gonna. If there's any person watching right now, just let me know what you liked about my last drawing, which was the Gravity Falls one, and you know, if you like, what would you like to see next? Because got a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff planned for um for the next things I'm working on, the next illustrations I'm working on. But I'm not gonna do those until I'm done with the story of Overtime. Because honestly, I really want to finish that story. I just want to get it out of the way. Because as much as I love working on manga, I hate keeping something to like you know, and I don't want to be uninterested in it. Where I like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Blah blah blah. No, I don't want that to happen. I really just want to get it out the way. You know, see what people think about it, and if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. If it's all right, it's all right. I just want to get it out the way so I could actually work on the stories that I'm thinking of in my mind. I have a lot of stories in my mind, like I've said before. Um, there's one. This I have a cow like a western mythical setting one in my mind. It's kind of inspired a lot by like JoJo's, especially part 7, Steel Ball Run. But there's also this one that I have, which is the one that I'm trying to mainly focus on, which is um, the Siege one, which is the one I post a lot, which is this drawing illustration I'm doing right here. This is gonna be, and also like the designs of these characters are very like they are due to a lot of changes. Like I could change them at any time. Honestly, it doesn't really. This is not gonna be the final design of this character. This probably wouldn't be the final design of this character. This probably won't be the final design of this character. This character right here, Bernard, the one that I have the person on. He is this might be his final drawing or his final design because I like it. It looks good. It's kind of evokes the way I want to draw the character, where he gives off this vibe about him where he's like you could depend on him and stuff like that, but he's also very, I guess, trick like trickster type of guy. Like if you think of like Loki, you know, from not from the MCU, but like from Greek mythology. If you think of stuff like that, then that'll probably be the description of this character. A very reliable, but at the same time, very tricky guy. He likes doing things without kind of. It's kind of like Hisoka in a way, where he'd basically do anything to get what he wants. Kind of has this way about going about it, where Hisoka really wanted to, you know, fight Frollo. So he went through this entire whole of, oh, let me, you know, invade or like infiltrate the spiders, and then kill them off one by one, and then, you know. And actually, funnily enough, he didn't really want to kill off the spiders. He actually just wanted to fight Frollo. And then when he actually got to fight Frollo, wait, that's spoilers for the manga. I mean, honestly, the manga's been out for like this part of the manga has been out for almost 10 years now, so I might as well say it. It really doesn't matter. So basically, what happens in the manga is that Frollo defeats, well, kills actually. He kills Hisoka, and then Hisoka has like this post mortem then that activates where he's able to use his bungee gum to activate his heart after death, because after someone dies in Hunter x Hunter, their nen becomes more powerful. So he was able to use that to reactivate his heart and keep him alive. And he used bungee gum to like fix his face and all that. And basically, he made up his mind right on the spot that he's gonna kill all of the, all of the Phantom Troop. He doesn't even care about the fight anymore. He doesn't care about like fighting Frollo. He just wants to kill the entirety of the Phantom Troop. Which he started off by killing I forgot the name of the guy who could use people as like remote control puppets and stuff like that. And then the other guy, like the little guy, was like, I guess, he killed both of them. And I'm pretty sure Hisoka, Killua's sister is gonna be next, or brother. Sure. But yeah, I also but yeah, like I was saying before, I actually was watching this YouTuber called DD Mark, and honestly, he says a lot of great things. Um, like he gives a lot of good advice. Like you may not think it, but like he actually gives a lot of good advice. And I was watching him, like I started watching him 2 days ago, and honestly, all the stuff he was saying was completely true. Because he says like, oh, don't, because I already have this mindset where I don't, just blindly idolize people. I kind of set like goals for myself where I want to surpass this certain person, and that one certain person is the same person that DD Mark said was his favorite mangaka, which is Yusuke Murata. Like I've actually set a goal for myself to surpass Yusuke Murata. Now this might seem like an impossible goal, but it's even more impossible because I put like a time limit on myself to surpass Murata. So I basically said in 1 year I must surpass him. So yeah, I'm kind of doing too much honestly, but you know, you can't really say that you're doing too much without trying first, because I have to try. It's not, oh, I'm gonna have that one thing and then not try it at all and then say I failed and cry about it. No, I actually have to try it to see if it works or not. And the way I am, I basically see everything throughout the end. I don't like to, I don't like to postpone things more than they need to be, especially my manga. It's been a long time. It's been a long time I worked on that, so I should do the what's the name, the storyboarding first, because I already did. I don't know what's wrong with me. I already did the scripting. I already had everything prepared. I had to do the sketch, and that was it. And then I completely just stopped. I just stopped for some reason. Maybe it's because of work. I don't know. It could be for any multiple rounds of reason, but like I just need to get to doing it honestly. And when I'm done, because like I've seen a lot of mangas who are like surpassing me like day by day, and it's not even funny. Even though yes, I can see I'm definitely making improvements from my other stuff, and that's because I actually took the time to learn the basics this time, which is good. It's just like I'm I'm glad that I'm not satisfied with it at all because I'm still trying to, get better at the this whole this whole art thing. And that was one big mistake I made. I actually wanted to get better at art before I started doing my manga. But then like DD Mark said in the video, is like, don't wait to get better at it because it's just gonna get left behind in the dust. And I don't want to be left behind in the dust by anybody. So I don't want people to just say, "Oh yeah, your art is good," and that's pretty much it. Like I want to be known as a great storyteller as well, like Ichiro Oda or like freaking what's this guy's name? Obata, the creator of Death Note, or like Gege Akutami, or I want to be on the level of those guys because they're amazing freaking manga artists, but they also know how to tell a great story. Because like I don't only read most manga because of like the art. Like even some people might be like, "Oh, One Punch Man is just," because I hear a lot of criticism about One Punch Man, and I don't even agree with it a bit. They say that One Punch Man, oh, is just eye candy, and that's pretty much it. And I solemnly disagree with that. Like One Punch Man is a work of art, but at the same time, it tells an amazing story. If you actually pay attention to the story and just ignore the art for a second. And even then, the art in of itself tells a story alongside with the story being told. The art is just an additional piece of the story, and it basically elevates the story to a higher level because you're getting to see all this insane thing, but there are also background things that you see that you don't see. Like actually basically have to reread the manga just to catch. And it's always blown my mind that what's the name that that Yusuke Murata and one have been able to pull that off. And Yusuke Murata used to do that a lot, especially with like manga that he did on, like he worked on, like freaking Eye Shield 21. Like Eye Shield 21 is a great example of a Yusuke Murata like work. Even though like he didn't do the story, he did this like the art because somebody else did the story. I forgot the name of the person who did it, but the story is really good on that one as well. I think because I never checked before if Eye Shield 21 had an anime, but I'm gonna check right now. I think it does though. I think it should have one. Yeah, it does. It does. It has an anime. I'm pretty sure it came out a while ago. Yeah, 2005, and I don't think it ran on for that. Oh wait, never mind. It ran on for a long time. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I like look at it now, the animation would not be like top tier like you know One Punch Man season one, specifically season one. I don't like season two. Season two to me is like very. It's not trash, but it's like, well, compared to season one, it is trash. But compared to like other anime, it's all right. It's all right. All right. Delete that lane again. I gotta start doing that. But honestly, if anything, other than the art thing, I definitely want like a community to like you know of people to talk with, and not like-minded people as well. 'Cause I want people who like have different opinions about other things like than I do. Like probably like I don't know. Maybe you think anime that I don't like is a good anime or something. Like I don't know. Like maybe you think a manga that I read that I like is not the type of manga that you would like, or not even manga related, not even anime related, just like regular shows and stuff like that, cartoons, movies, and all that. video games, discussions and all that. You know, discuss upcoming projects that I have in the bag and all that, and other stuff that I don't have planned at the moment. Uh, like I'm still light years away from even making an anime. I'm still a bit of a way away. I'm still a bit of a way to go to actually even try to do animation, which is the next thing I actually have on my list of to dos, which I actually want to do. I want to make some good animations, and not even good animation. I just want to make animation first. Like I want to try. I want to give animation a go. I want to see if I could do that. And if I can, then oh yeah, it's not even a question. Like, like I'm not saying like my animation is gonna be god tier like someone like Bakuga Sensei, and that's not happening anytime soon. But like being able to draw, like being able to make characters move, like that would be the one thing after making the manga. I really want to make like a animated short, just that's probably gonna take a year to make. With someone of my skill level, which is not even amateur. My skill level is not even amateur. It's like trash tier. Because I don't even know how to make a freaking ball bounce. That's I don't even know how to make a ball bounce. It's sad. But yeah, I could definitely work on that. Definitely, you know, have different ways of definitely have different ways of going about that. But yeah, but I'm very excited to work on this manga and to finish this piece I'm working on right now, because because if this comes out the way that I want it to come out, then I'll say this piece has been a success. But if it doesn't come out the way I want it to come out, then yeah, then it's a massive L. But you know, I rather I rather have something I can learn from than have something the easy way. Because at that point, I'm actually growing as an artist and not just like, oh yeah, I did this first try. Like, no, I wanna do stuff in like multiple trials and stuff like that, where it actually, like it feels like I actually accomplished something. And even if I do accomplish something, it's not, I don't feel satisfied by it, which is good. I don't want to be satisfied with my art. I want my art to, be ever evolving. I want it to go beyond even the greats, which is like I gave myself that impossible goal of surpassing Yusuke Murata in a year. Which again, saying that to myself right now seems very ridiculous. Even I can't believe I could do something like that. But again, with what DD Mark said, I will, and not even that. Oh, yeah, I respect Yusuke Murata and all that. Like honestly, kind of feel like a little bit like, and I can't even say this because it's kind of like blasphemous, but kind of feel like a little bit like Kendrick Lamar on that verse where he's basically like, "I love you guys, but I'm trying to kill all y'all." Like that's basically the same mood I'm on like right now. Like as much as I love Yusuke Murata, I I could care less. Like I love him. I love his art. He's amazing, but I really don't give a shit. Because when it comes to this, like to this is competition for me. This is basically competition. And if I see you as a threat, then you'd have to get eliminated. No matter how big you are of an artist, no matter how like skilled you are, no matter how much years you put in, I could care less. Like I really just want to. That's how bad I want to be good. That's how like I want this really badly. It's not even a question. It's not a question of oh, will I make it? Oh, I know I will make it eventually, but you can't really do anything without putting in the work. So you have to put in that work, and you have to You gotta know what to do. Basically, you gotta know how to do things in the right way. You gotta know how to hustle. You gotta know exactly what you're trying to do. You can't just do random things and then say, "Oh, I don't know what's happening. Where I'm not getting good." You gotta know exactly what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, many other people who do know what they're doing are going to just leave you behind in the dust, and then it might take you more than a year to even catch up to them. And by the time you caught up to them, they're already successful, and you're just left behind. And now you're all sad for yourself and all that. And instead of focusing on what's actually more important, you're focusing on the fact that, oh, I never made it. Like, no, don't don't do that. Let me post a sketch over. It looks good. All right. So that's the character done with. Time to move on to this character, which I actually had a hard time drawing the sketch version of. But again, you know, all trial and error. All trial and error. Funnily enough, when I was watching DD Mark's video, I was thinking about, like, the type of video he's making. Like, he's making this type of video where, it's basically, it's kind of like inspiration. It's just inspirational. It's an inspirational video, and like I feel like all of his videos are kind of like inspirational in a way. But I was thinking, like, I wanted to make those types of videos, but then I realized I don't really have the skill. Well, not skill, but I don't really have the patience like he does. And with the guy, he just graduated college, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and he's kind of like juggling two things at a time. Where it's like he's got his full time job, which is is like how I just said. I had problems with this in the sketch phase, and now I'm having problems with this in the Ingot phase. What the fuck, man? Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna flip this real quick. Please stop fucking with me. Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I had a lot of trouble drawing this, and it's nothing else but because the freaking what's his name? Just the proportions of the character and trying to make it look aligned, and it wasn't trying to work for some reason. I don't know why. It's just Okay, that looks a lot better. I swear. You know, I was about to be so pissed. But it worked. It worked out for the better. Um, but yeah, I'm very about to do this. Honestly, like if I could gain the attention of like a few mangas, well not manga, but manga artists or comic artists on Instagram or on any other social media platform, like on Twitter or you know, just you know, just be able to like show them like, hey, this is what I'm made of, and even other people like other normal people who don't do art, show them like, yo, this is what I could do, and if you like it, just follow and subscribe. Also have a YouTube channel, you can go join that too. Honestly, on my YouTube channel, I don't even know what I would do because I already have like a lot of different type of content on that YouTube channel. Because I didn't start art, I actually started YouTube as a gamer, so that was like already a thing on that site that I didn't do. I don't really do games anymore. I will try to start streaming games on here. Like I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna play anything like Valorant though. So I might play some Minecraft, but then that would just be 'cause honestly, I'm not trying to be like everybody else that just hey, let's play some Minecraft and then say famous on Twitch for Minecrafting and all this. That's not really my interest. Like as much as I find that yeah, Minecraft is a fun game, I'd rather just like play that on like I'd rather play that when I'm alone than play it on stream, with people. I was thinking of like this tournament thing that does involve real money, but it's not like it's not like gambling or anything like that. You don't gamble. Kind of like think of um I guess a soccer season, and then think of that, and then put it into like a Naruto format, and then it's like a tournament, and that's pretty much it. It's like and maybe like a league, Naruto league or something like that. And I actually have like rewards planned in my head to you know to give the winner. The biggest reward prize I'm looking up right now is like a PS5 or something. Because those are very easy to get nowadays. they're not they're not easy to get. I wish they were, but no. Uh, but yeah, it could definitely be a PS5, or it could be a Nintendo Switch. It could be anything. Like as long as it's something tangible and it's not just it's money. Pretty much it. No, it could be something like if you get first place, you get a prince from me or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? By the time, honestly, I think like by this time next year, I definitely should have more than the amount of followers that I have right now on Instagram, and the amount of subscribers I have on YouTube, and the amount of views that I have on Twitch. I'm just being honest. Like, if I keep up this grind, I could definitely surpass some other artists, in my opinion. I don't think that just because I'm saying that, it would turn me into some type of like egotistical person, because I'm really not egotistical. I'm actually the farthest I know from being egotistical. But I won't really call myself humble either. But uh, like I'm basically very humble when I need to be, but then I'm very like I could definitely know that. Oh yeah, I'm not. I don't slack around, especially when it comes to art. I've been doing this for 3 years, which is funny because DD Mark has been doing it for a year and he's got way better than me, which kind of sucks because you know, because if only I hadn't like ignored the fundamentals of art when I first started out, then I could be definitely be better than DD Mark right now. I'm just being honest, honestly. I'm just being honest because you know, of course DD Mark would proclaim that you know it's better than every artist in the game. But it's a good thing because you want to have that mindset. You want to have that mindset that you are the best at everything that you do. You don't want to be delusional with it, but you want to have that mindset for sure. Because if you have that mindset, you definitely will achieve most of your goals. Probably not all of them, but definitely most of them. And also, it's not just gonna happen because you try to manifest it. You have to also work hard. I'm basically just saying word for word, bar for bar, what DD Mark said in this video. Honestly, I will say he's one of my favorite art tubers right now because I watch a lot of art tubers. Proco. Well, I don't think Proco is a YouTuber because the Proco's not the artist. It's just I think it's like a company or something like that. Um, maybe it's like a art. Like how they do those channels that feature different artists, and they have like there's David Finch. Yeah, David Finch is definitely another person I watched a lot for like the proportions and just all around like how to draw the human anatomy. That and also perspective. I actually learned a lot about perspective from David Finch, and he's an amazing comic book artist as well. Like the guy's art is something else, and I like the way that he can actually emulate other artists' art in a very good, in a very like concise and precise way. Like he's not, joking around. He's very, very, very good at what he does, and I'm very like, you know, he'll definitely be one of the first people I want to meet. You know, to but yeah, yeah. I'm very like because whenever I do art, I just get very excited to just draw something I have in my mind, and being able to put it on paper is just a very good feeling for me. I have like it's not even a shot like of endorphin or anything like that. It's just something like I can't explain. It doesn't feel like adrenaline at all. It just feels like bliss. Like really, really just it feels like out of this world. And I'm excited to be able to draw like this, and not not a lot of people are able to like have confidence in their art. And I'm not saying that I'm confident with my art because I'm definitely not um, that confident with my art, but I am willing to put it out there. You know, it's up for criticism. I'm definitely trying to do my best to improve every day. I'm looking at other artists and what they do with the drawing and what I like of what they have done with that drawing, and I'm using it in my drawing as well. Like again, with the big example, Third PHP, an amazing artist on this Instagram platform, and he actually switched over to YouTube the other day. He said he had to stop streaming on Twitch because it was just more convenient for him to stream on YouTube because he's able to make videos and live stream over there without having to download the VODs off Twitch, and it's just more convenient for him. But you know, I'm definitely gonna miss his presence on Twitch because I used to watch him a lot. But I have his YouTube channel anyway, so I can just watch that anyways. But yeah, enough rambling. Let me get back to the drawing. I will go a little bit quiet because that's what I usually do. I kind of get into the zone when I'm drawing. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say right now. And also, just because I said start working on the story, like the storyboarding, doesn't mean I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna post any more art. I will, especially like because I actually haven't. One thing that I haven't done that I should have done a while ago was come up with the concept art for like the villains of the story. I have an idea of what they look like in my head, but I haven't like actually drawn them out. I haven't like drawn them out. Drew the. I haven't drawn the characters out yet. So that's it's a big issue that I have to that I have to overcome. But yeah. Ooh, and then there's one thing that I actually did yesterday that kind of you know calmed my head a little bit. Um, I went to PHP's Instagram and I scrolled all the way down to when he was still like an amateur. And dude, that was so like revealing. And I was like, this is like, first of all, this is amazing. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. The fact that he came from all this way, and me saying that he was an amateur during the time is not even like trying to criticize him or anything. Because how am I gonna criticize somebody that's better than me? But well, at the moment, better than me. But basically, like he basically did what he had to. Like he was not lying when he said that he draws every day. Like this man drew every single day of the week so he could get to where he was, like right now, to where he is right now, I should say. And honestly, I feel like if he keeps up the work ethic, which he's definitely doing, he's going to he's gonna be like cemented as one of the greats. Like if you think about it in like this way of I guess I could just do it in like a One Piece reference. If you know the supernovas and all the all the worst generation and stuff like that, if I compare and I try to like make a reference to that with like the new artists that we're seeing right now, I'll say um, third is definitely gonna go down as one of the best of our generation. White Manga, Uzumari, freaking uh, Black Hold, because that he's also an amazing manga. Uh, like Illustrator, because his illustrations is like very fucking good. And it's crazy because I see all these things and they barely get any likes. Because you might be like, but what? They get like a few thousand. Like that's not what I'm talking about. Like yeah, they get a few thousand likes, but that's nothing compared to the amount of people that's out there that actually focus on art. But there's this big stigma against art that looks like Japanese influenced art, and there's a lot of stigma against it, and it's like, oh, that's not real art, which is bullshit. It's bullshit. Don't listen to that. If you want to draw like I guess in a Japanese styled way, or just in a comic book way, if you want to draw in that type of style, go for it. Nobody's gonna stop you. All the bullshit that yeah, artists don't do this, blah 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 that, and real art is realistic art. Nah, that's all bullshit. Art is whatever you think it is. It could be a very sketchy art, like where it looks very rough, like Giga Akutame, or the creator of Chainsaw Man. It could look like that, or it could look like something as clean as Yusuke Murata's art, or Boichi's art. It could look like that. It doesn't have to be something because I've always put myself in a bubble where I thought like, oh, all my art has to be clean. Until I saw, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I saw freaking Chainsaw Man, and then I saw like I've seen many mangas that don't look clean at all, like at least that we don't consider clean, and it looks amazing. And I just think to myself sometimes, I'm like, imagine I actually never started off with a stigma in my mind, like, oh yeah, rough art is, you know, you know, bad art, which is it's not true at all, at all. Like if we didn't have this so-called bad art, things like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch wouldn't be a thing. And it's kind of ridiculous, you think about it, so you're like, wow, we really wouldn't have gotten any of this if these artists listened to what society was telling them and actually conformed by it. And you know, that's basically how you get the geniuses. The people who basically don't follow what society says to a T. That's how we get people like Albert Einstein and Leonardo DiCaprio. No, I said Leonardo. What the fuck am I saying? I meant to say Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm talking about art, and well, movie making can be a form of art as well. It's definitely a form of art. But that's not the type of art I'm talking about. I meant to say Leonardo da Vinci, or like Michelangelo or Raphael, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry. No, it's the characters. I said character. Oh my god, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I didn't say the people from our past. They paved the way to this right now. So if we didn't have those basically forefathers of art, we're not gonna have what we have right now, where we're able to draw with to our fullest content and being able to feel happy while drawing. We wouldn't have any of this at all if it weren't for them. I'm just showing my appreciation, which is kind of fucked up because somebody threw cake at the Mona Lisa. You know, I think like 2 months ago or a month ago they threw cake for some reason. Like, why are you throwing cake at a piece of painting? What did the piece of painting ever do to you? Like, I'm just surprised. Like, somebody actually had the audacity to do that. Like, that's somebody's basically life's work, and you just threw cake at it. And, they would never understand how long it takes to, do something like that because they've never done it before. And they've actually done it before, they would understand, like, okay, I shouldn't do this you know, because this person basically put their entirety like of their being into this one thing, and I'm just gonna ruin it because I feel like very entitled and stuff like that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Really big bullshit. But you know, I was saying was I saying yeah, like we had some great artists who basically defied what society told them was the norm, and basically made their own norm, and that's what we live by. And kind of think of it as the you know gospel basically all the time. But and it doesn't only have to go with art. It's also like with multiple things that you know anything could be related to this topic. Anything. Like I've always strove to like reach a Boichi style type of like style because I read Boichi like a couple of years ago, and that was like when Doctor Stone was still very like prevalent in the mainstream. Like I'm not talking about the manga, not the anime. The anime came out, it was really good, but I'm talking about like the manga when before the anime came out, and I read it, and it was really really good. But it's pretty much everything. Honestly, everything is kind of good right now in shonen. Like, we got Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, like the whole 9 yards. Really fun, really fun. But like honestly, a lot of people say like the golden era was like during like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. No, I don't believe that honestly. I think we're finally going into the golden era of manga, where manga is less formulaic and it's more like these artists and storytellers are basically telling a good story without having it to be very like based on a formula that's already been done to them. Like Jujutsu Kaisen is a complete. The reason why I like it is because it completely just disregards shonen. Like sure, yeah, it has some shonen tropes sometimes, but most of it is very anti shonen. It's not shonen at all. Like you know, it's like in shonen, you don't really see characters get killed off like in a brutal manner, but in like yeah, Chainsaw Man as well. But like in Jujutsu Kaisen, you get to see a lot of crazy deaths, and uh, and that's not even the like the ending of it. There's still one that's coming, and um, like I remember reading the manga. It kind of went off the rails again, but like yeah, I remember reading the manga of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm kind of caught up onto the most recent chapter. And I'm very like caught up to the latest chapters. But honestly, it's very entertaining. Like these latest chapters from Jujutsu Kaisen, because it doesn't focus on anybody from the main cast at all. And I'm very excited that 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 manga was able to basically capture my attention because I thought I'd like probably be bored of the side characters and I wouldn't really find them as interesting as the main characters. But it is like, but it is like very, 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 very captivating. I want to write my support characters like that. I want to make my support characters very interesting and very in-depth characters where it's not just like, oh, this is support character A. I don't want it to turn out like how Naruto did, like because early Naruto did support characters in an amazing way, but then Shippuden completely fumbled the ball with most of the supporting characters by making the main character way too strong. Same thing with Dragon Ball Z. Goku and Vegeta became way too strong for the supporting character cast to like keep up with, and the only person you can even say that is up to their level is like Android 17, and he's still a ways off, a long ways off of Goku and Vegeta. And it's like it's just sad because you get to see some of these anime slash manga, and it has so much promise, but then they fumble the ball where it matters the most, being able to keep you interested in the side characters, for when the main character is not the one at like the forefront. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like give people interesting support characters, but also being able to make you know, support characters that are like very memorable. Like Itachi, for example, is one example of a good support character in part 2 of Naruto. Like he was very well done, very well written. Same thing with Kakashi, even though he's been with the main cast since like the beginning of Naruto. But we get more story with Kakashi. We get the reason why he's kind of evolved with the main villain and all that. We get a lot of it in Shippuden, and you know, it's very it was very exciting. But basically, what I'm trying to say is like right now, Jujutsu Kaisen has been the best, is at its best as it's ever been, because I'm getting to see a lot more support characters. I'm getting to see a lot of people who aren't even important to the story become important to the story, and it's like some characters you think would just be some like one-ups or not one-ups at all. Like they're actually well written, they're very like well developed, and you'd actually, and even like the short-term characters too, who are only there for like a couple of chapters, still feel like characters. They don't just feel like, oh yeah, we're here for a fight and that's pretty much it. No, they feel like fleshed out characters in just those simple, moments that you actually get to spend with those characters. You feel like, oh, these characters are characters. They're not just caricatures of different tropes of different characters from different mangas and stuff like that. Like they're actual characters of their own. They actually, you get interested in those characters. You get to feel the emotions those characters feel, and you get to resonate with like what like their current situation is. And I can't really say too much about it because it's spoilers, and I don't like giving away spoilers unless it's to like my friends. I like ruining their days with spoilers, especially with anything that pops up. But yeah, I'm very excited. Like I know I keep saying it, but like I'm very excited to see what happens in the future with 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 Jujutsu Kaisen. Because like and also Chainsaw Man just came out. Part 2 of Chainsaw Man is currently running, and honestly, it's already up to a great start. It's so good. First of all, that first chapter back from hiatus is the best return to a shonen I've ever seen. Just being able to open up a new arc like that is very weird, but at the same time very well done. I don't think I've ever seen like you know, a shonen manga actually be able to do that. Like, oh, this like we're back. Like, you know, where they're like, oh, this is us. We're back in action. Like, there's no more games, no more anything like that. This is just straight up Chainsaw Man. And I believe Denji is definitely a certain character. And honestly, honestly, as soon as I saw that character and they kind of like, oh, they kind of focused on him for a couple of panels, I was like, yeah, that's Denji. There's no way that's not Denji. Like, I mean, like, at least give him a better disguise. If you're gonna make him look like that, at least make it look less obvious, because it just screams up. And maybe it might not be obvious to like casual readers and stuff like that, but if you've read like this type of manga before and you've seen this type of trope, you would understand what I'm saying. You could tell right away that was Denji. Like, there's no way you can't tell that was Denji. It's like the way the paneling was done to focus on that character, to give that character a much more, especially after the sentence that the other character said. And it's like, come on. There's no way you're gonna tell me that it's not Denji. That has to be Denji. And if it's not Denji, then I feel really stupid then. Because like, because I honestly believe like that's just Denji. That's Denji. You're not telling me that's not Denji, man. But yeah, the anime I believe is comes out next month. So Chainsaw Man, I'm very excited for that one too. Jujutsu season two, Jujutsu Kaisen season two is the well, the director for season one is not there, which is a big deal, honestly, for me because he kind of, he did what he did with season one. But I'm ready to see what they do with season two. Honestly, I'm not gonna complain at all because I liked season one a lot um, for personal reasons. All I will say is Boogie Woogie, and you know my favorite character in the entire manga slash show. Because honestly, when I first started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which was like the first time it showed up for like his pilot episode, which I had no idea what it was, and I just started watching it, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Well, what is this? I just remember like when I was watching the first episode, it was so good, especially when freaking Sukuna was like, you know, Sukuna came out of what's his name? He came out of freaking I don't know, I can't remember. When Sukuna appeared in the scene, which was the ending shot of episode one of Jujutsu Kaisen season one, it was very cool. And then in episode two, they continued it where he had that 10-second fight with Gojo, and Gojo kind of outclassed him, and it was like, yeah, yeah. Even though it was just like a one finger Sukuna, that was like that completely grasped my attention real quick. Like, yeah, this anime is about some serious action, story as well, because the story is so good in the manga. You have to like season one. I would definitely say because a lot of people don't like. A lot of people say it's overrated. In my opinion, I think it's perfectly rated. I will still give season one a definite like low balling at most will be a 7.5. High balling will be a 9. And for me right now, it's like at a really good 8.5. It's it's a really good way to open a season of an anime. And whilst it's not the best I've seen from any shonen anime, it definitely has the potential, and I feel like it could definitely fulfill this potential of its by basically just you know not fucking up. You like the story's already there. It's up to the animation studio to not fuck it up. Don't pull a Seven Deadly Sins or One Punch Man season two. That's all I can say. And if you can tell, yes, I'm very passionate about Jujutsu Kaisen, like and Chainsaw Man, but especially Jujutsu Kaisen because when I started reading it, it hooked me right away. I haven't like other than JoJo's, I have not seen a manga that hooked me right away from like just the first read. You know, because I sometimes read manga twice just to make sure that I actually do like it, and I'm not just going overboard in my mind. But yeah, I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Um, it's an amazing story. My favorite arc is or my favorite part of JoJo's is definitely part seven. It's not gotten an anime adaptation yet, but it definitely will soon get one because part two of part six has been announced on Netflix, and I think it's gonna come out in November, I believe, either October or November. So, you know, that will basically happen, and Made in Heaven is gonna be a thing in part six. Which honestly, I feel like the hype for me would have been there for part six if it weren't for freaking Netflix doing everything in bundles. Why would you drop part one completely, right? You drop part one of part six completely, then you decide to delay part two from when it was supposed to come out. And why would you do it in bundles in the first place? This is why I don't understand why Netflix does things in the first place. If you want to garner attention on stuff like this, you gotta do it weekly. That's the way that JoJo's caught the attention. Like JoJo's Part 5, the way it caught the attention of people, it was going weekly. Every week you'd see it at like on a Saturday or a Friday. I believe it was a Friday, either Friday or Saturday. But every week you'd see a new JoJo's episode, and you'd be interested to see how, you know, how it continues in the next one, because it's like to be continued, and you're like, oh shit, what could happen in this one? And that's what got me very excited for Part 5, because I read the Part 5 manga, I liked it, but the Part 5 anime basically got me like very excited for its future content. And even though I already knew what happened, it was a very refreshing take on Part 5. There were some things very different in the anime from the manga, as you know, they always do that. So kind of keeps things refreshing. And the art style was a lot different, and I liked it for that. And it's just like it just kind of pisses me off because it had like because part six is already like a part that's not well received from JoJo's fans. Even though I kind of like it, I actually like part six. But like the manga is not well received by most JoJo fans, and just for you guys to really fuck it up even more by doing batch releases. Because when I first heard of the batch releases, I already knew it was a bad idea from the get go. And the fact that it was Netflix doing it, it just kind of like it was a recipe for disaster. And they proved me right, which is like the fucked up part. I really hate it when a company proves me right on something, because it proves that they're not even trying their best. They're not trying their best to especially with Netflix and how they're tanking in viewership and subscriptions. And it's like you think they do something that would grasp the attention of the people that they already have there. But no, they don't want to do that. They apparently they don't want to do that. They care about putting out their original stuff, and then you know and then completely flopping with that. And it's sad. It's just really sad. 'Cause I used to watch Netflix a lot. I really used to. I watched this one show on there that I really didn't mind binging, which is Lucifer, and it's a really good show. I'd actually recommend Lucifer a lot to a lot of people who want to watch like a drama. It's basically about you know the Abrahamic God. So and Lucifer, the Abrahamic Lucifer and all that. So if you'd want to give it a try, definitely give it a try. It's a really good watch. Some seasons do get silly, but that's the whole point of it. It's not supposed to be like very serious. It doesn't really take itself too serious. But when it does have serious moments, it does, get serious, which is good. It's basically like if you imagine Bones. If you ever watched the show Bones, and if you, it's basically a mix of Bones and I don't know how to explain it. Like a show with superpowers. But yeah, basically Lucifer Morningstar, like AKA the devil, you know, goes to Earth, and then basically makes his own company there, and people come in to ask him for favors, and he's like, "Oh, what's your deepest desire?" And he basically use that to, you know, and he meets this detective on the way, and they form a relationship. I can't really like say the whole synopsis because it's a crazy ride, especially like, if you watch all the seasons. It just it gets to a part where like freaking this man's mother freaking makes like he gets like very extremely too like too volatile to be in the current universe. So she basically creates another universe and she builds it. But yeah, I very much enjoy that show, and I still do. And I think it's one of the best shows to watch on Netflix. But like I was saying, JoJo's it just that kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth with Part Six. Even though I like it a lot, I still like the anime. Like don't get it twisted. I still like the JoJo's anime. I still like Part Six. It's just like freaking Netflix is just killing the hype for me because the episodes are obviously already ready. Why push it all the way to November? Let the people who want to watch it now. I don't understand what's the point. Oh, let's push all these episodes back to November while we could really be doing like weekly releases right now. But let's not do that because we definitely have the money to spare to keep a few people around, even though they probably don't want to watch the show at all. It's just ridiculous, and I feel like they should definitely go in a. And yeah, not everybody could go the old Disney way of old Disney Plus way of doing things where everything is weekly, which I understand. A lot of people have different preferences, and not everybody's gonna be able to like sit down and. Even though I feel like if you've been watching TV as a kid, even though I know most kids nowadays they grew up with streaming and all that, but like weekly stuff really does hit different when like if you'd watch Cartoon Network or like Nicktoons or anything of the sort on like cable back then, you know everything was weekly and it was very like sometimes I just bit my tongue. I hate it when that happens. I was gonna say I love the fact that whenever I even forgot what I was gonna say. I'm also getting a little bit tired, but you know, promise myself I will complete this drawing. I will complete this drawing before. been talking. I completely don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Maybe I could talk about plans for my YouTube channel in the future. I actually have already reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but actually that's not even due to art. Uh, like I said, I used to actually play a lot of games back in middle school and back when I was in high school. So basically, I made videos about me playing video games, and I'd upload them to YouTube. And one that got the most views was not even a video game related video, but they later on turned that into a short. So yeah. Now I'm just trying to get my trying to get my channel recognized as an actual art channel, not a gaming channel like it once was. I basically yeah, converted my converted my converted gaming my gaming channel into an art channel. Right now, I'm just trying to focus because honestly, I'm kind of running out of time, and I'm not built for time right now. So yeah. Okay, I'm not done with this yet. Uh, all right. Oh, finally done with the line art. Time to do the what's the name? You know, the whole thing where you start doing shadows and all that. And yeah. First, because it's gonna be more of their eyes are gonna be glowing. I know it's very tropey, but that's basically gonna be their. I'm gonna basically darken the whole thing. Uh, all right, and now I'm gonna set it to different. Right, I'm gonna take a bit of a break. Like 5 minutes left to the stream, but yes, I should be done with the shading part. So I guess we can only finish the shading part today. I might stay for another like couple of 5 minutes after the 5 minutes are up, but yeah. All right, I'm back. Went to get some water and had a little bit of some fruits. Uh, yeah, it's pretty good fruits. It was like I had orange. That's pretty much it. But yeah, going back to inking. Well, not inking, but you know, dating this. I just I just realized I forgot to do something. All right. I was about to say. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to draw his eyelids. I was like, goddamn. Ma. I think I'm gonna end the stream here now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. Good night.